This may be the most fun Leica camera I have used to date. This is the Leica Sofort 2. Now, I'm not paid or sponsored for this video. Big thanks to Leica Singapore for allowing me to test drive this camera. But I will tell you this. I'm going to pick one of these up when they come available because this has been a lot of fun to use. I've used it over the past couple of weeks, testing it in various different locations. And I got to tell you, for the price point here in Singapore, it's 580 Singapore dollars, regardless of what color you get, red, white, or black. I think in US it's probably around $299, $300 thereabouts. I don't have the exact price on it, but still, for what you're getting in this, it's essentially a printer with a lens that also takes digital images, and they turn out surprisingly good. This is a no-brainer, and it's also the least expensive Leica camera on the market. How about that? Anyway, let's talk about the Sofort 2 here. First and foremost, the design on this is a very clean, sleek look to it. It's a black rectangular box, very similar to, let's say, a rangefinder, or let's even a Q3 for that matter. But let's go to the design on it real quick here. On this side here, you've got the Sofort 2 logo. You got the red dot there. You got a silver plastic mirror in the center for selfies. You've got the shutter release button there, because there's two shutter release buttons on this camera, by the way. And you also have the flash as well, which is extremely powerful. You go to the top here, you also have another shutter release button. The black button right here is for resetting. So if you have all your settings from your lens filters or photo filters, you want to reset everything, you just press that button. It just brings you back to standard. And then also you have this dial here for your photo filters if you want to do that. Now, on the front of this as well, you have a magnetized lens cap, which magnetizes when the Leica logo is horizontal. How cool is that? And if you look at the lens here, you can turn this left or right. This is for your lens filters. There's 10 lens filters here. There's 10 photo filters here. They say on the box over 100 combinations. So there you have it. And also here's your on and off switch on the camera right here. Okay, moving to the right side of it here, there's nothing on the right side, just a little bit of hole if you want to put a strap on it. On the left side is where you're going to see the printing coming out that side as well. And there's a button or a switch here to that ejects, so you can put the cartridge in or take it out. On the bottom of this camera system here, you've got your hole for a tripod mount if you want to do that, and also a door for your SD card. There is some internal storage on this camera, but you can put up to 1 GB micro SD card inside. I would recommend that. This is a 5 megapixel camera system, so and it's JPEG only. So imagine how many photos you can put on a 1 GB card. You never have to take out the card. I mean, you just use your Leica Fotos app to sync, you're good to go. But anyway, I mean, you can put it in there if you want to do that. All right, let's go to the back of this thing here. The back of this is a 3-inch TFT LCD display. It is not touch enabled here. And the resolution is 460,000 dots. It's not going to win the resolution awards, but it does the job in terms of showing the menu, showing the image. But again, it doesn't rotate, it doesn't swivel, it doesn't tilt. It is flat to the back of the camera system. It's for reference and reference only. Now to the buttons, you have the function, play, and back button, very similar to what we see on the Leica camera systems. We have the circular D-pad with the menu and OK button in the center, and the D-pad is active, so you press it in different angles or different directions, and it will turn on different function menus to activate. Let's say if you want to activate your exposure, or you want to turn on your flash, you want to set it to auto or turn it off, you want to go to macro mode, you can do all these things inside that, and that's relatively to that D-pad right there. Now, the menu system on this is very reminiscent of what we've seen on other Leica camera systems, but it is not as fast. So I'm not going to say, again, this is a pre-production camera. I'm recording this in advance of the official release, and there are probably going to be some firmware updates to improve the stability on this and the speed, but as it stands right now, it is okay. But sometimes it can be a little bit cumbersome getting out of images and going back to taking a photo. You can press the shutter button and do that, but if you want to press the back button and go, and it's just a little bit cumbersome at this point in time. Not a deal breaker by any stretch of the imagination. It's just something to take note of. But one of the coolest features on this camera, one of the coolest, is this, the advance lever, because this prints out your photos. When I saw this thing, I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I absolutely love it. As a matter of fact, let me just give you a demonstration how it works. I think I still have some film in this camera. We're turning it on right there. Let's go to play. to see a couple images. This is an image I took at the Tokyo Opera about a week or so ago. So if I want to print this, all I do is hit that. Now, the total time is about 16 seconds thereabouts from now getting it ready to print to printing it out. So this is not a speed demon. A Polaroid camera will be faster, but the fact that you can use this switch as like an advanced lever to do it is friggin' awesome. You know, when they had the Leica M10D and they had that sort of like thumb rest, you know, advanced lever there, which everybody was hoping would actually help take a photo, didn't do it. This actually has functionality to it. I applaud Leica for doing this. Man, it's super cool. I absolutely love that. I mean, it's the small things of this camera that really make it fun to use. And as a matter of fact, I'll show you what this image looks like. I've actually printed it out already here, so you get an idea of how that looks. It's actually a really sharp image, I have to say. It is really good detail in the highlights and the shadows. The image quality for a 5 megapixel sensor is really good. Really good. Now, in terms of the optics, I'm not expecting Oppo Summicron level, and you shouldn't either. I don't even know if the lens is glass. It might even be plastic, but it does a decent job. The aperture is from f2 to f16, ISOs from 100 to 1600. Again, not a low light beast, but there is a strong flash on this, so you are going to get those shots if you want to use flash, no problem at all. Also, there's macro functionality to this as well, and the macro is surprisingly really good. As a matter of fact, let me show you a photo of my eye that I took. Let's see if the camera picks it up here. This is really, really sharp. That's very sharp. For 5 megapixels, I'm happy. This is impressive. Again, Leica, they're going to put some pretty decent optics, even if it's a inexpensive sort of Instax type of camera, right? Now, I know a lot of you out there are going to compare this to the Fujifilm counterpart. I get you. Look, Fujifilm is Fujifilm, Leica is Leica. Yes, they're sharing probably technology and componentry. Who knows? Who cares? Really? It's the least expensive Leica camera out there. The design, the implementation to Leica Photos, which is fantastic, by the way, I haven't even talked about that yet, really make this a camera to consider. It might be a little bit more expensive than the Fujifilm counterpart, but you are getting quite a bit with this. And I think it's a lot of fun, personally. I think it's a blast. Now let's talk about the Leica Photos app and the integration into it. What's really cool about this is you can print from the Leica Photos app, and the animation is as you print an image, and as the image is going, it's moving on the screen up, it's coming out of the camera relatively at the same time. It's really awesome to see. It's really, really cool. And the cool thing about the Leica Photos app is you can actually print any image on your phone. It doesn't have to be from the Sofort 2. It can be any image. You could take it with an SL2S or a Q3. If it's on your phone or you saved it from Lightroom, you can play around with that. You can edit images in Lightroom as well. If you want to tweak them a little bit more before you print them out, you can do that all from the Leica Photos app. I got to give Leica's credit here. You know, people say Leica is sometimes a little bit slower on technology. When it comes to the Leica Photos app, they're a lot better than other camera manufacturers out there with their respective Photos apps. I'm going to tell you, Leica's done a fantastic job, and the integration with this camera into that app is awesome. By the way, if you want to update this camera system, you do it through the Leica Photos app as well. Now, and also in terms of technology on this, there's face detection in this camera system as well. Not eye detection, not body detection, not animal detection, but there's still face detection, which is awesome to have. You can turn it off if you want to do that. So with that said, what are some of the cons on this camera? Menu system is a little bit clunky to get in and around with it, so that would be one of them. It could be improved by the time it comes out to retail, so I'm going to put an asterisk next to that. The other one is this is a fingerprint magnet. I've got my deerskin cloth right here that I'm constantly wiping this thing down to keep it nice and shiny. If you get the black color, expect fingerprints. White probably will hide it, and the red, it's in between. What color you choose, it doesn't matter. They're all really good. I mean, they all come in the same weight, 320 grams, and they all look fantastic. The black will be probably the most discreet out of all of them, but again, to each their choice. I mean, look, they all look good. They all cool. And this camera is just a lot of fun to use. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the Sofort 2. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you looking to pick this camera up? What color are you going to get? I love to hear from you guys on that. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. More content is coming your way. Thanks again for the support, and I will chat to you soon.